So there's a really interesting secret. There is a way that you could achieve the High Halls boss fight that none of us knew about, where you literally do nothing and just win the fight. You don't have to fight the two big guys. You don't have to do anything. You literally just win. I'm going to walk you through how to do this, guys. So it's a pretty fun series of things that you do. So what you got to do is go to the Citadel, go up here to Songclave, activate the bell. Afterwards, you'll have this. You can inspect it and do a quest for saving the merchant, the guy right next to me. So you see the words, the Coral Chambers. To the left of that, there's this like vertical area that connects to the White Ward area. There's like that little outcropping on the left. You just go there. The guy's there. You save him. Come all the way back up to Songclave. He'll be here. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to save up some rosaries if you need a rosary farm. I have videos in the description of this video for different rosary farms. But what you're going to need to do is buy this thing called the Ascendant's Grip from this guy. And with this, you'll be able to just cheat, basically, with the help of one other thing that we got to do. So that was the easy part. The next part is a little bit harder. So what you got to do is up at Bellheart, you can find Chakra here whenever Chakra's not at one of the places to get a map. What you have to do is get all the maps. So the maps that Chakra can give are Wormways, Bone Bottom, The Marrow, Deep Docks, Far Fields, Hunter's March, Greymoor, Sinner's Road, Bilewater, Bellheart, Shellwood, Blasted Steps, Sands of Karak, and Mount Fay. You don't have to beat all these areas. You just have to go to them and get the maps for each one. I think I have a video for every single one of those maps, one place or another on this YouTube if you need help with any of those. If you missed any of the maps, by the way, for one of those, and he's not in the location anymore, you can also go to Bellheart and go up here and go over to here. And he might be right here selling them for you, okay? Sometimes he's here, sometimes not. Depends on story progression and different things that are going on. So you need to get all those maps. You'll know when you got enough of them or whatever what the requirement was, because you'll go to this job board here and there'll be a quest called Trails End. So the main reason I was having you get those maps and telling you about those maps is we just need this Trails End wish. So you're going to grab that Trails End wish, and then we got to do that. So I know that's a lot in order to get this secret unlocked, but it's worth it, honestly. But if you don't feel like doing it, then you can live vicariously through me, and I'll show you the secret. It's really fun. So what we're going to do now is climb up Bilewater. So I went to the fast travel in Bilewater. We're going to go from here in order to do this quest. You're going to head over here and go all the way to the right while watching out for enemies as much as you can. Clean grip helps a lot here. Once you get to this area, you can double jump up to here. And then get over to here and go left. We need to get all the way to the top. Now, if you've already beaten Groll the Great, you might be able to have it be a little bit easier by coming in all the way from the top by climbing up first. If not, though, it's not a big deal. So from here, we can start tracking Chakra, but it's not necessary since I already know where to go here. We're going to head over here. So now we're right here in this shaft. We're going to climb up from here, because this side's a little bit easier than the main side. And then we're going to go all the way to the top. And then go over here to the left, back into the main chamber, which is right here. And just keep climbing up all the way to the top. We don't have to bounce off that guy, but it honestly makes it easier. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not sure if that's the way you're supposed to do it or not, but that's the way I did it. Then you're going to go to the right, and we'll be in this area. If you killed Groll, you can come in from the top, which may or may not be easier. I think it'd probably be a little bit easier. So be careful of that bug. You don't want to get knocked into the spikes. Head over past all the dead bodies into this next area. There's another thing we could track right there. I'm going to wait for this. I don't want to get cornered. Watch out for the spikes. And when you hit this one, just kind of stay where you're at. And then keep going. And then over here, we can hit this. And if the green guy's not in your way, just run straight through, go into this room. This room's honestly the hardest part of the whole thing. So we're now right here. You can see on the right. This room's actually the hardest part of doing all this stuff I just did. The hardest part is just because these mosquitoes get in the way. Okay. Okay, so that was harder than it looked, to be honest. Usually I say easier than it looked. That was harder than it looked. So now we're up here at the top of Bile Water. And we're going to go all the way to the end of this secret area over here, which I don't think this area is even open until you accept this quest. I think I went up here and it was blocked before. If you go to the end of this, you'll get to Chakra and his dead friend or master. After that's done, all the dialogue's done, he'll give you the throwing ring, which is actually not required for what we're doing. The only thing we need is that Ascendant's Grip, but we have to do that quest in order to cheese the High Halls boss fight. So now we're good. You're going to have to painstakingly get your way back to the fast travel. And with all that out of the way, you're ready to cheese the boss fight. So be sure to equip the Ascendant's Grip on a tool slot on your crest. And also keep in mind you can't cling grip for this. If you cling grip, you'll slide. But if you just normally jump up, you'll sit in place. And that's going to be the requirement to cheese this boss fight. And now, this boss fight's not even hard anymore. This boss fight has an insane cheese method. Because we helped Chakra, Chakra is going to show up and help us during this boss fight. So what we do is we just got to get through some of the easier stuff. I'll get through this real fast till Chakra shows up. And there he is. Okay. So now, you can do as much as you want to do, but the goal is to try to get as high up here as you possibly can. Like here. There we go. I think that's about as high as I can go. Now, on these earlier stages, you may have to run around still, though, because they'll come to you while Chakra's fighting them. But for some of the other stuff, it won't be as big of a deal. So, I mean, literally, you just, if you're getting threatened, you just run to the other side or whatever and just hang out. And just keep repeating all the way till the end. Now it's time for the first guy. And as long as we're up here, he may or may not be able to hit us. I don't think he can hit us at all. I think we're completely in the clear. Yeah, he literally cannot hit us. So the bigger, you still got to deal with the little guys, which is the easiest part of the fight, but the big guys physically can't reach you in the corner, and Chakra will eventually kill them. So that's the first big guy down. Now we've got to stay alive through the other rounds of small guys. It's probably best just to fight the small guys, honestly. But you can try to just hide from them instead if you prefer. Alright, now it's time for the other easiest part of the fight, which used to be the hardest part, and now it's the easiest part of the fight. And this is probably the part that every single one of you guys had trouble with, including myself. It took me an hour to beat this fight just purely off of these guys. But now, with this secret that none of us even realized existed, this is actually the easiest part of the fight now. And there it is, just like that. Pretty easy fight. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, some people knew about it, but I think the vast majority of us had no idea. Not only did I not know that Chakra can come help you, but that also, I knew the thing sticking to the wall, but I just never knew Chakra could come help you. So if you combine those two things, it turns one of the hardest fights in the game into literally one of the easiest, if not the easiest boss fight in the entire game. So just want to share it. Thought that was super cool. Hope you guys appreciated that. Now you know how to cheese the High Halls boss fight in Hollow Knight Silksong.